CP, based on the Heat series, but really everything in totality, what do you think the biggest need for the Knicks this offseason is?
So I would put it in three things. Number one, three-point shooting, badly. In the regular season, they were a bad three-point shooting team. They have been that way since Tibbs got here. They're just not an efficient three-point shooting team, and that carried over into the playoffs. I had always wondered if a team like the Knicks, who are near the bottom of the league in effective field goal percentage, could have a good offense into the playoffs. It was able to work against the Cavs, but against the Heat, it was just too many bricklayers, man. They have to address the need for shooting. Secondly, I think they have to figure out offensively whether or not this is the right system for the personnel that they have, because along with the bottom of the league shooting numbers, the Knicks for the last 3 years are also near last in almost every passing statistic. They don't move the ball well. They don't generate enough assists. And so you have to figure out, is this offense right for the personnel that we have? Do we have the right decision makers, high IQ players that can make this work? Jalen Brunson certainly has proven to be that, but Julius Randle has been shaky in that regard. So I think that needs to be addressed. And then lastly, I think they need to go out and get another wing defender. Josh Hart, Quentin Grimes, they certainly play hard. They play physical. They're good defenders, but I think at times they are undersized at that position. And so I think the Knicks need to go out there and try to get a 3-and-D wing. They don't grow on trees, but I think that's what they need to address either in the draft or free agency.
A dream scenario for you, including Randall or not including Randall, who do the Knicks bring in via trade?
Well, you got to see what's going on in Philadelphia with Doc Rivers being fired today. That James Harden to Houston rumors are getting hot again. And so where would that leave Embiid? Would he be willing to stay in Philadelphia and rebuild with a Maxey and whoever else you may get from Houston for Harden? So that's certainly the name that you would look to target. I don't think Booker is a realistic option at this point. Karl-Anthony Towns, I'm really not high on a Karl-Anthony Towns move. And so for right now, you just never know who's going to be available, right? Well, just like Spider Mitchell, we didn't know that he was going to become available last offseason. So you have to wait and see how things play out. But on the Julius front, I've been saying it's a hard trade to make because 25-10 doesn't grow on trees. He was responsible for a lot of those regular season wins, 47 wins. Brunson was outstanding. He was a star, deserved to be an all-star, but Julius was right up there as an all-star and all-NBA player. And so I think they need to get, comparable value or better in any trade that involves Julius Randle. You have to make sure that you are improving the team because the bar has now been set higher again. Then they finished 2 games from the Eastern Conference Finals. So I don't see Leon Rose and that regime going backwards. They're only going to look to go forward. So Julius Randle trade has to make sense for the betterment of the team.
You know what? There's strong ties here between people in the organization and DeRozan. I think he was seriously considering the Knicks last time he was free. If the Knicks, I think, had been able to pull off a trade for Lillard, if that had come to fruition, DeRozan was coming here too. So I wouldn't rule out the idea if he has a say in it. He wants to leave Chicago. I think that he, would consider New York based on past offseason and how those went.